Dear seeker, welcome. Before we begin, take a slow breath. Because the words you are about to hear have the power to simplify your life, calm your mind, and shift your inner world in a profound way. You see, much of our suffering doesn't come from what happens to us. It comes from our relationship to what happens. We spend enormous energy trying to control things that were never ours to control. Other people's choices, unpredictable events, the past, the outcome of situations, or even how others perceive us. This creates frustration, anxiety, exhaustion, and a constant feeling of being overwhelmed. But ancient wisdom traditions, from Stoicism to Taoism to Zen, offer a gentle truth. Peace begins when we focus only on what is truly ours and release what is not. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Lao Tzu, the Taoist sage, echoed this. When you let go of what you cannot control, you make room for what you can. Modern psychology now agrees. Trying to control the uncontrollable activates fear, stress hormones, and emotional chaos. But redirecting your attention to what is within your influence creates clarity, confidence, and emotional resilience. In this video, we will gently explore the life-changing art of discerning between what you can and cannot control. We will walk through 6 clear teachings, drawn from ancient philosophy and modern thought, to help you reclaim your energy, strengthen your mind, and let go of unnecessary suffering. May this journey offer you a deep sense of calm, empowerment, and inner freedom. Let us begin one mindful breath at a time. To live with clarity and peace, the first essential step is understanding what belongs to you and what does not. This teaching appears in many traditions, but it is expressed most clearly in Stoicism, especially through the writings of Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. They call it the dichotomy of control, a simple but life-transforming idea. Epictetus wrote, "Some things are up to us, and some are not." This sounds obvious, yet most people spend their lives fighting this truth. So let us explore it gently. Seedling what you can control. These are the things that live within your inner world. Your thoughts, your interpretations, your emotional responses, your effort and attitude, your words, your actions, your boundaries, your personal values and intentions. These are your true sources of power. When you focus on them, life begins to feel stable, grounded, and purposeful. You become anchored in your own center instead of being tossed around by external forces. Leave fluttering in wind what you cannot control. These are the things outside of your influence. Other people's actions or opinions. The past, the future, outcomes of situations, external events, natural change, timing of life. Trying to control these is like trying to command the wind, exhausting, impossible, and emotionally draining. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, "Nothing is worth doing that makes you lose your inner peace." When we stop fighting the uncontrollable, two beautiful things happen. We regain energy that was scattered. We find peace because we are no longer resisting reality. This simple distinction, what I can and cannot control, becomes the foundation of a calmer, wiser life. Once we understand what we can and cannot control, the next truth becomes clear. Trying to control everything is one of the main causes of modern suffering. Psychologists call this the illusion of control. The belief that if we just think more, plan harder, or worry enough, we can prevent bad things from happening. But this mindset slowly drains our emotional energy and fills our minds with fear. Why does over-control hurt us so deeply? Cloud with Tornado 1. It creates constant mental tension. When you try to manage what is not yours to manage, other people's feelings, unpredictable outcomes, the future, you place your mind in a state of constant alertness. This triggers stress hormones and keeps your nervous system in survival mode. Over time, this leads to anxiety, irritability, and burnout. Anchor 2. It comes from fear, not strength. As Dr. David Hawkins explains in Letting Go, the urge to control is often rooted in fear. Fear of uncertainty, fear of being hurt, fear of discomfort, fear of losing stability. But fear creates contraction, not clarity. 3. It disconnects you from the present moment. When your mind is trying to control the uncontrollable, you are either stuck in the past or trying to manipulate the future. This steals your presence and prevents you from experiencing life as it is. Cyclone 4. It ruins relationships. Trying to control others, how they act, think, respond, creates tension, resentment, and emotional distance. People feel safest when they are accepted, not micromanaged. Sun with small cloud 5. It blocks natural flow. Lao Tzu teaches that life flows best when we allow space for things to unfold naturally. Over-control disrupts this flow and creates more obstacles instead of solutions. When we release the need to control everything, our minds soften, our hearts open, and our lives become lighter. Letting go is not giving up. It is choosing peace over fear. Acceptance is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful spiritual skills. Many believe acceptance means weakness, passiveness, or surrendering control. But in wisdom traditions, from Stoicism to Zen to Taoism, acceptance is the beginning of true strength. Eckhart Tolle teaches that almost all emotional suffering comes from resisting what already is. Resistance is the mind saying, "This shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't be this way. I can't accept this moment." But reality has already unfolded. No amount of mental arguing can undo it. The resistance only creates inner friction, anger, anxiety, stress, and confusion. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." When we accept reality, even if it is unpleasant, we stop wasting energy fighting what is already true. Acceptance does not mean approval. It does not mean you like what happened. It simply means you are choosing to see clearly instead of emotionally wrestling with the unchangeable. Acceptance is clarity, and clarity is power. Zen Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh explains that acceptance creates spaciousness in the mind. When you stop reacting and start observing, you gain space to respond wisely instead of impulsively. In that space, solutions appear. Creativity returns. Emotional peace returns. Your true intelligence returns. Think of acceptance like releasing your grip on a rope that has been burning your hands. Resistance tightens the grip. Acceptance lets go. When you accept reality, you regain access to your inner strength, your calmness, and your ability to take meaningful action. It is the first step toward freedom, not because it changes the outer world, but because it liberates your inner one. Once you stop pouring energy into what lies beyond your influence, you suddenly discover a reservoir of power within you. This is where transformation begins, not out there in the world, but inside your own mind, actions, and attitude. Stoic philosophers taught that the highest form of strength is self-mastery. When you direct your energy toward what is under your control, your life becomes clearer, steadier, and more purposeful. Let's explore how focusing your energy creates real change. Seedling 1. You can control your thoughts. Thoughts appear, but you choose which ones you feed. When you challenge negative interpretations, your entire emotional landscape changes. A single empowered thought can shift the direction of your day. High voltage sign 2. You can control your attitude. You cannot control the weather, but you control the way you walk through the storm. Your attitude is your anchor. When you choose resilience, gratitude, or calmness, you transform how life feels. Hammer and wrench 3. You can control your actions. Your habits shape your identity. Your consistent actions shape your destiny. Outcomes are uncertain, but effort, discipline, and showing up are always within your reach. Direct hit 4. You can control your boundaries. You cannot control how people treat you, but you can control what you allow, what you engage in, and what you walk away from. Boundaries protect your peace. Speech balloon 5. You can control your words. Words carry power. Power to build, to soothe, to inspire. Speaking with intention shifts relationships and environments. Marcus Aurelius said it simply. Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one. When you strengthen what you can control, you begin shaping your life from the inside out. This is where confidence grows. This is where healing begins. This is where your true power lives. Letting go is one of the most liberating yet difficult practices on the path of inner freedom. We often cling, sometimes without realizing it, to expectations, memories, fears, and desires for control. This tightness creates emotional suffering. Letting go, however, dissolves that suffering at the root. Dr. David Hawkins, in his book Letting Go, teaches that we don't suffer because of events themselves, but because of the emotional resistance we hold around them. When we release this resistance, peace naturally returns, like clouds clearing from the sky. So what does letting go truly mean? Letting go means choosing peace over tension. It means releasing the grip of things that were never under your control. It means trusting life enough to allow the natural flow to unfold. Blowing wine fizz, letting go of the past. You cannot rewrite what has already happened. Holding on to past hurts is like holding a burning coal, hoping it will harm someone else while it burns your own hand. When you release the story, you free your heart. Thought balloon, letting go of expectations. Expectations often become prisons. When you soften them, life has more room to surprise you, guide you, and support you in ways you never imagined. Letting go of people's opinions. You cannot control how others perceive you. You only control your integrity and your alignment with your values. Freedom blooms when you stop performing for approval. Water wave, letting go of the need to control outcomes. The Taoist sages taught that life unfolds with its own intelligence. When you let go of forcing outcomes, you allow better possibilities to arise naturally. Letting go is not giving up. It is letting life breathe. It is creating space for clarity, healing, and new beginnings. When you release what drains you, you become lighter, clearer, and far more open to peace. One of the most underrated secrets to inner peace is not what you face, but what you choose not to face. In a world overflowing with opinions, noise, distractions, drama, and emotional triggers, your attention becomes one of your most precious forms of currency. And how you spend it determines the quality of your life. Greg McKeown, in Essentialism, explains that our suffering often comes not from doing too little, but from trying to pay attention to too much. The mind becomes cluttered. The heart becomes overwhelmed. The spirit becomes tired. This is why selective attention is a spiritual art. It is the ability to say, "This is not worth my energy," and to say it without guilt. Performing arts ignore drama and chaos. Not every argument deserves your presence. Not every criticism needs a response. Not every emotional storm is yours to calm. Choosing not to engage is not weakness, it is mastery. Speaking head in silhouette, ignore noise and negativity. People will project their fears, judgments, and insecurities. When you stop internalizing every opinion, you reclaim your emotional freedom. You are not responsible for how others feel, only for how you respond. Cyclone, ignore the uncontrollable. This includes how fast success arrives, how people behave, unexpected events, outcomes that depend on other factors. Ignoring doesn't mean denying reality. It means not feeding it with your life force. Seedling focus on what nourishes you instead. Give your attention to growth, peace, purpose, loving relationships, your inner state, what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius said it powerfully. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Selective attention protects your mental garden. By ignoring what drains you and nurturing what strengthens you, you cultivate a life rooted in clarity, peace, and true personal power. Dear seeker, thank you for taking this journey patiently, openly, and wholeheartedly. As we reach the end of this reflection, I invite you to take one gentle breath and feel the truth of everything we've explored settle softly within you. Life is full of chaos, unpredictability, and shifting circumstances. Yet the greatest wisdom from Stoicism, Taoism, Zen, and modern psychology all point to one timeless truth. Peace comes from mastering what is within you, not from controlling what surrounds you. You now understand that trying to manage everything outside yourself leads to exhaustion. But focusing on your thoughts, your responses, your choices, and your inner clarity awakens a strength that cannot be shaken by external storms. You've learned that acceptance is not giving up, it's gaining clarity. Letting go is not losing, it's freeing your heart. Selective attention is not avoidance, it's protecting your energy. And focusing on what you can control is not limiting, it's empowering. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." And that is where your true sanctuary lies. As you move forward, notice how your life feels different when you stop wrestling with what isn't yours to manage. Notice how your mind softens when you release unnecessary battles. Notice how your path becomes clearer when you invest your energy wisely. If this message resonated with you, I gently invite you to like, subscribe, or share your reflections. Your presence here matters, and your growth contributes to a more peaceful world. Until we meet again, may you stay grounded, may you stay clear, and may you always remember, control what you can, let go of what you can't, and choose peace over chaos. One mindful breath at a time. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, and comment.